Hello guys and girls, Voices from the Dark here. Welcome back to more Steins Gate. Excuse how tired I look and how messy my hair is, but it's the end of a long day, and the weekend is here, and the weekend means visual novel time. So let us continue Steins Gate, where we wake up after taking a nap after figuring out that we accidentally made a time machine. Yeah! I wake up to the twilight sun streaming in through the window. Wait, hold on 2 seconds. There we go. If you're wondering what I'm doing, is that I have this software which makes it so I can emulate a mouse click, and I combine that with one of my keyboard keys because they make almost no sound instead of me having to click, because the click is very obvious, you know? So that's just why I have that software. It's kinda neat. A refreshing breeze blows in, softly brushing my cheek. Oh, how romantic. Daru is exactly where I left him before I fell asleep. He's sitting in exactly the same position. Not much has changed besides his typing speed. Oh, and now he's muttering to himself. I guess he hasn't had any success at hacking yet. I look around the room, but I can't find Mayuri. Maybe she's not coming today. I guess food-related grudges really do run deep. I stand up and stretch. I don't want to bother Daru, so I don't say anything to him. I take a cold Dr. P out of the fridge and quench my thirst. Have I read this before, or am I just having deja vu right now? Then I throw myself back down onto the sofa and start browsing ad channel on my phone. Well, perfect timing. Teeter is currently posting in the thread. Alright, here we go. The Everett Wheeler model is correct. Please look it up to learn more. It seems you're all still clinging to the preconceived notions of time. Time does not simply run from past to future like a car on a one-way street. To be more specific, the laws of causality do not allow contradictions to occur. In the result of an event, the effect is changed. The event itself, the cause, also changes to prevent a paradox. That's why there are so few people who can observe changes in divergence. Divergence being the world line's percent difference from the standard. Die, troll. You claim to be a time traveler without any proof. Stock trend, please. I'm counting on you, Mr. Time Traveler. If you can observe changes in divergence, then how can you possibly measure it? Oh, I know. Your time machine is a magical device that measures it for you. La 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 la. Oh, and you still haven't explained how a research institution conquers the world. Details, Plox. Oh no, humanity is doomed. What has science done, .jpg? Lol noobs, responding seriously to the troll thread? This Teeter guy is a shitty troll. Don't you people have anything to offer besides insults? How about contributing to the discussion, plebeian scum? If you assume that time doesn't flow in a straight line, then the idea of time travel is much easier to swallow. In such a scenario, a time machine traveling to the past doesn't need to fight against the flow of time. I say Teeter's points have merit. By the way, Teeter, I'd like to know more about SCRN. What can you tell us about their current activities? Tell me which horse wins the next Emperor's Cup. I'll bet my entire life savings. Everett Wheeler model equals many worlds interpretation. Basically that means parallel worlds. What's with those stupid name tags? This Hoyin Kyuma is more annoying than Teeter. You call yourself John Teeter, but you're fluent in Japanese. Writing in English would at least made it seem more realistic. You can't do English, can you? Can I ask you a favor, Teeter-san? My mom died last year in the Shibuya earthquake. If I stop my mom from leaving home, then I can undo her death. So please lend me your time machine. You're gonna believe this time traveler, lol, without any proof? Are you an idiot? They just don't get me. No one seems particularly interested in what I said about time not flowing in a single direction. That's proof that your preconceptions are deeply ingrained. Honestly, it bothers me that you simply accept that as the truth. I'm starting to understand why SCRM was able to take over so easily. Well, if you were trying to convince me that time travel exists, I would want a proof of it. I would be like, do something to prove it, and it would be easier. Show us the machine, show us how things, like, do something as simple as the thing that, the lab members did with the banana. Just do something instead of just talking about it all the time. Whenever a major event causes divergence to change, the timeline is reconstructed to prevent paradoxes from occurring. For example, let's say that a major event causes this world line to diverge into a new world line, call it world line B. On world line B, I'm afraid to say, ad channel never existed. As the timeline is reconstructed, all of your memories of reading and posting on ad channel will disappear, to be replaced by memories of you doing something else. In other words, by changing the present, you change the past. I wrote about SCRN yesterday. The only other thing I can say is that you must not believe their lies. They will have succeeded at creating micro black holes. I desire only to quench my intellectual thirst. Unlike you close-minded fools, I will reserve judgment until after I've heard what Teeter has to say. And then I will make contact with Teeter and acquire his time machine for myself. The great mad scientist Hiryu Kiyuma will have the last laugh. Suck it, sleaze bags! Ooh, I don't know how they can recover. Tell me stock prices or fucking die. I won't believe you until you tell me. That's not reconstructing the world, you idiot. That's altering people's memories. Who the hell can alter the memories of a nearly 6.7 billion people? Do you even realize how stupid that sounds? I think I would have noticed if someone went to screw with my brain. What does any of that have to do with the many worlds interpretation? Do some research, lol. Micro black holes, lol 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 lol. Wait, the future's a wasteland? That means I can be a road warrior and ride a mod buggy, right? I'ma go get me a mohawk. Anyone know where I can buy spiked shoulder pads? I checked SERN's homepage. It says they've been experimenting since 2009. Can they really make black holes? What the hell's gonna happen? Does Teeter have a mohawk? God, that's fucking moe. Are you implying our brains make the world? Are you saying the universe is a giant tree and we're the branches or something? That's some Eva level bullshit right there. Go back to 2036. Is this how you reply to a specific person? Thank you for showing me. Reconstruction of the timeline and alteration of people's memories. I think they're essentially the same thing. Why are you so intent on saying they're different? With a few exceptions, nobody can keep their memories across world lines. They are reconstructed along with everything else when divergence changes. What's the road warrior? Anyone home? I'm immersed in a heated internet argument when an unfamiliar voice interrupts me. God, heated internet arguments. Never get immersed. Well, hello. We haven't seen a lot to you. I wanna be around you more. I feel like we connect on a. No, I'm interested in your personality and want to see how you are, because most of the characters in this one have a pretty strong personality, which is fun to read. The door opens and a girl peeks inside. I recognize her. Her name is Amane something with an S. It's the girl I met yesterday at the Braun Tube Workshop. Hi, I'm from Braun Tube Workshop. When our eyes meet, she smiles. The TV you sent me for repairs has been fixed. Mind picking it up? Daru's typing gets even faster. Looks like he's in the zone. It would be a bad idea to disturb him with our voices. I nod to the girl and hurry outside. Why do we have to be sneaky? What was this girl's name again? I think it was something like Aruma or Amore. Alright, Amane Susua. Currently, my genius partner in crime is executing an important mission. I don't want to bother him. What exactly do you guys do? I told you before that learning our secrets could put you and everyone you know in grave danger. You're called the Future Gadget Laboratory, right? How did you know that? I never told you. Wait, are you an organization spy? Or did she read our mailbox? I raise my guard and spring into praying mantis stance. Oh my god, praying mantis! Such scary. Much wow. But Susua just stares blankly. That's what it said on your mailbox! Oh. I lower my guards. Why didn't you just say so? Now that you know, it's not like you can unknow. I'll give you the short explanation, but you must not tell a soul. Susua nods firmly. Is it just me, or are her eyes gleaming? We're the Future Gadget Laboratory, dedicated to defeating the evil organization that rules the world from the shadows. You're welcome to join, because you seem kind of good with CRTs and stuff. Wow! Is the evil organization SCRN? Yeah, but... Oh, so I was right! Those guys really are a contemptible lot, aren't they? She nods to herself for some reason. Excuse me. And contemptible? I thought I was the only one who uses words like that in normal conversation. How did you know we were hacking into SCRN? What? You're hacking them? Right now? Me and my big mouth. Just answer the question. How did you know about our business with SCRN? Well, I actually overheard you this afternoon. If you stand here, you can hear stuff from the window. The window? Come to think of it, it was open and Daru and I were talking loudly. But can you really hear us from here? I look up to the second floor. The window's still fully open, but I can't hear a thing. I guess Daru is working quietly. I look down. There's an unfamiliar bicycle parked in front of the Brown Tube workshop. One of those mountain bikes. Its frame is all sparkly, its tires mostly clean. It's probably new. It looks pretty fast, but whose is it? I would assume it's Amane's. I've only been working here for a day, but... Susua opens the Brown Tube workshop door with a wry smile. I got a lot more free time than I expected. I gone out 4 or 5 times today. Today. Figured I'd reconnoiter the front of the store. See if I couldn't spot any customers. Reconnoiter? Now there's a word you don't hear in casual conversations exactly, and that's why Dark sometimes struggles with them and then tries to buy himself time while he grabs his mug and drinks water. That is the stuff. That is the H2 to the O! I'm pretty sure it means to perform reconnaissance, to scout an area and gather intelligence. Is she some kind of secret agent? What's wrong with your voice today, Hoyo and Kiyuma? It seems to be kinda off. I follow Susua into the store. So that's when I heard you guys talking from the 2nd floor. I got interested and looked it up online. Now I know all the rumors about SCRN. Damn, we were careless. Looks like we need to close that window when we discuss sensitive matters from now on. But if we do that, the lab will turn into a scorching hell. Damned if I do, damned if I don't. Anyway, you mustn't tell anyone else. Or else men in black will raid us. And I'm not talking about the bad trilogy. Is it a trilogy now? Or is it 4 movies? I don't know. I the first one was okay, but I don't know about the other ones. Ah, yeah, I understand. I'm actually tight-lipped, so don't worry. Susua grins and thumps her chest confidently. All is quiet inside the Brown Tube workshop. That gigantic TV isn't on. Mr. Brown's not here either. Where's the manager? He left right after he finished repairing your TV. He probably went to see the chipmunk. He disappears during business hours every now and then. Whenever I ask him where he's going, he always says something like, I'm picking my beloved daughter up from school, or my beloved daughter has a cold, with a huge grin on his face. He dotes on her too much, probably just annoys her. Anyway, just how irresponsible can you be to neglect work to see your daughter? He used to put a back soon sign on the door whenever he left, but now he has Susua to take care of the things while he's gone. Lukaku. Subject, I made sweets. I baked cookies today. I had everyone in my family eat some and got their seal of approval. Would it be okay if I baked some for your lab, friends, master? Oh, and it would be great if you could teach me some more techniques with Tamidare whenever you have time. P.S. I managed 10 practice swings today. Cookies. Well done. We warmly welcome your refreshments. In fact, you can come cook for us every day if you want. I'll even provide you with a maid uniform. Yeah. A guy in a maid uniform. Not sure how I feel about this. Sounds pretty freaking sugoi. Anyways. So, here's the fixed TV. Susua lightly taps the TV on the counter. He said to charge 1,000 yen. Damn manager. I bet he gave it to us just so we could charge repair fees. I reluctantly take a bill out of my wallet and hand it to Susua. She takes out a receipt. Apparently it was already written out. Thanks for your patronage. Well, just take it away. By myself? Are you joking? Huh? Didn't you bring it here by yourself? Don't you know it takes 10 times more effort to go upstairs than down? Defying gravity is no easy task, woman. I guess I can help, but... Oh, I see. So we're already in the age where women do physical labor. She mutters, her tone pensive. How sarcastic of her. Unless she's actually from the future. That was an interesting sentence. I don't remember anyone asking for your help. Honestly, getting help from a girl like you would just hurt my pride. Wow. Applause. That was so manly. I might be falling for you. You think you could trick me like that? You're lying, aren't you? Eh? What makes you think that? He's one of my powers. Coloring, gentlemen. This power allows me to see through lies. Liars appear to glow red, then they die. You have powers? Susua's eyes pop, but then she clears her throat as if to hide her surprise. Are you some kind of esper? When I nod, she whispers into my ear. Are there a lot of espers like you? Of course not, I'm special! I thrust my chest out as far as possible to display my majesty. Oh, you had me scared there for a second, but still, it's amazing that people like you exist. Maybe SCRN is the reason there aren't more where I came from. After muttering some nonsense to herself, she finally nods in understanding. By the way, does the ability to see through lies have any combat application at all? If it were me, I'd want perfect accuracy within 1,000 meters or ultra-fast reflexes that let me tear my enemies' limbs off before they can react. What the hell is she talking about? Is she a survival game otaku? A mock battle using air guns, primarily played outside in the mountains. Participants generally wear camouflage. Well, survival airsoft. Good thing we're not talking about survival games, because survival games, plus early access, plus Steam, plus some freaking microtransactions, and you got yourself a recipe for disaster. But we won't rant about that, will we? No, we will not. No, wait, don't tell me. You're an organization assassin, aren't you? You must be the one they call Miss Golgo. Who hired you? Nobody hired me. What's a Golgo? She's trying to gloss things over with an insincere smile. Her confusion is suspicious. That reminds me. I think I remember her saying some awfully disturbing things when we first met yesterday. Anyway, do you have any other powers? Even if I did, there's no way I'd tell a hitman hired to kill me. I'm not going to kill you. Revealing all my powers would be suicide. They are most effective with the element of surprise. In other words, they're for me to know and you to find out. Meanie? Say what you like. Burning tension runs between us. Our eyes meet. Invisible sparks scatter. Oh god, what is it now? Lukaku. Oh, it's shining finger. Por favor. Okabe-kun. Are they trying to teach me how to say the name now? Are they? Well, Okabe-kun I've been able to say. I want you to reply to me already, and I'll be waiting, you know? And please tell me the super hacker's address when you can. If you don't get cracking, someone else might get to the IBN 5100 first. Why can't I reply to her? I feel extremely rude by not doing so. Let's just send her a picture of a freaking Oopa or something. This Oopa's pretty freaking sweet. Right? Let's go. And then an email arrives to break the stalemate. I turn my attention away from Susua. This ringtone is starting to piss me off. It's most likely from that male demon, Shining Finger. I can tell without even checking. Well, I have checked. I checked. Don't hate me. Look, I checked. Hey, done. She's got some stalker qualities, maybe split personalities. I shouldn't have given her my address. I look at Susua and see her lying on the counter. She's playing with something in the palm of her hand. It looks like a small metal pin. Anyway, how could she be this lazy on her second day? I love CRTs was a lie too, wasn't it? Why the frown? Did you get a death notice? A what? Just wondering. She was just wondering if I got a death notice? How could she say that with a straight face? What the hell is a death notice anyway? Do those even exist? I don't know about a death notice, but I do know that there's such a thing as a death note. So I'd suggest you treat me well, Amane Susuha. Otherwise I might go light Yagami on your butt. I'm sad there's not really a visual novel of Death Note. I would have been so freaking amazing to do, because that's my favorite anime. Alright, regardless. What I meant to ask was if you got some unpleasant news. You could say that. This girl is hard to get a handle on. I really shouldn't let my guard down around her. There's this woman who's obsessed with finding an IBN 5100. Susua leaps up as soon as I speak. An IBN 5100? You know about him? Yeah. I see. So the IBN 5100 legend is famous, huh? Maybe that retro PC is more popular with female otaku than I thought. Yeah, that's it. I heard the urban legend from someone. How much do you know about it? I actually tried looking for an IBM 5100, but in the end I came to the conclusion that there isn't one in Akiba. I see. Well, that's true. You sound like you know something. Well, I do and I don't, I guess. I don't know anything about it personally, but I happen to hear about it from knowledgeable acquaintance of mine or something like that. Another insincere smile. I'm starting to think she's not a very good liar. You can tell she's lying whenever she smiles like that. That's... Sure enough, she doesn't offer any other information. She just keeps that insincere smile plastered on her face. Who are you? Haha. Sisua falls back down onto the counter with a deep sigh. Oh, like, She looks up at me from that position. I was thinking of giving you a bunch of interesting information on the IBN 5100. But when you look at me like that, I don't feel like it anymore. I'm not even interested in the IBN 5100. I'm more concerned with SERN right now. Solving one of Akiba's mysteries won't topple the organization's regime after all. You don't have a shred of credibility. I have no way of knowing if that interesting information of yours is true or not. Well, that's harsh. Well, I admit I am acting kind of suspicious. I won't tell you, but I'll give you a hint. And then you'll ride the agony when you can't figure it out. Truth is, the IBN 5100 has a hidden function. A hidden function? That reminds me, I'm pretty sure that John Teeter from 2000 said something like that. I searched through my memories. If I remember correctly, the IBN 5100 can do something or other with a proprietary programming language. No way! How did you know? Tell me, tell me! I only vaguely remembered, but it looks like I hit the mark. I grin. It's another one of my powers. Leading question. I can read your heart of hearts. What? No fair! For some reason, Sasua covers her face with both her hands. She opens her fingers just enough to peek at me. The characters in this story are so wacky. That's not enough to escape my power. I see everything, Amana Sasua. Resistance is futile. Kuh! Anyway, the IBN 5100 has a hidden function. It can decipher IBN's proprietary programming language, which was written before APL and BASIC became widespread. Isn't that surprising? Alright, here we go. Start with APL. Short for A Programming Language. A programming language introduced in 1964. BASIC. Short for Beginner's All-Purpose Symbolic Instruction Code. A beginner's programming language frequently used in the 1970s. Okay. Now I remember. John Teeter said the same thing in 2000. And right after that, an IBN engineer officially admitted to that function's existence. Now it's a dead programming language that can only be deciphered with an IBN 5100. The reason Teeter traveled to 1975 to obtain an IBN 5100 was because he needed that function. Maybe Moeka wants to use it too. Or maybe not. Shining Finger doesn't seem like the type who'd know about that sort of function. That's why IBN 5100s are so rare. That's gotta be the new phone wave name subject to change. Tongue twister. While talking, Sasua keeps dropping her glance to the metal pin in her hand. She rolls it around with her fingers. I guess that's a habit of hers. So IBN 5100s are super rare. Maybe if I get one, I could sell it for a high price. Ah, I'll buy it at a high price. And if you... Okay, I kind of made that a bit more Russian than it should be. But if you know where that reference is from, then you've probably played a few video games. Congratulations. That could be a good way to raise research funds. Yeah, so we don't have to constantly use Mayushi's poor chicken. Juicy chicken number 1. I feel bad for her. Now she's probably really sad and crying. But first I have to deal with SERN. Oh yeah, SERN is a major issue. Alright. Let's read this ad channel post and call it a day. Life in 2036 is very different from what it is today. Most people live on farms, growing their own food. All forms of commerce and communication are restricted. There's no travel, no internet, no railroad even. Most people never see another town, let alone a city. Science continues to advance, of course, but the vast majority of people do not benefit from that progress. Technology belongs only to those chosen by SCRN and the Committee of 300. It's very peaceful, at least on the surface. There's none of the conflict you see in this era. Interesting. There's no war? How is that possible? How did SCRN resolve the situation in the Middle East? What have you got against world peace? Sounds to me SCRN's doing humanity a favor. This Teeter guy stole a time machine from SCRN, didn't he? He's the bad guy here. Die in a fire, terrorist scum! The world in 2036 is governed by SCRN. All nations, even America, have disbanded their armies. To put it simply, civilization has returned to an 18th century level of technology and exists under a communist system of government. Except now, that system works flawlessly. Right now you should be asking yourself, how is that possible? How does a system of government that collapsed in the 20th century exist without any discontent? The answer to that question is the reason I am here. Yes, I am a terrorist. There are others like me who fight against SCRN. We think of ourselves as the resistance, but there's no denying that our actions are a kind of terrorism. Anyway, I want to hear more about the many worlds interpretation. You said it's been proven by 2036. How? I knew you were a terrorist. How many have you murdered? What if my kids are among them? Maybe I really should kill your father. Protect the future. Stop beating around the bush. Give us answers. You're one of those old men who participated in the student riots, aren't you? Filled your head with a bunch of bullshit and now you can't tell fact from fiction. Am I right? Delicious nationalist tears, lol 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 lol. SCRN probably figured it out. They got a time machine to experiment with, right? That would make you no better than Teeter. If you're willing to face the consequences, then go right ahead. Teeter, question. Did World War III take place as scheduled? Why did you come to this particular time? Did you find an IBN 5100? Is John Teeter plugging for the commies? I thought that went out of style years ago. I thought Teeter was crazy, but this Hoyun guy is even crazier. Get a room, guys! LOL! World War III, laughing my ass off, because that's totally a laughing matter. Is there supposed to be an IBN 5100 in Akiba? As I've already explained, my goal in this time is to change the future. I'm posing here to warn you of what's going to happen. Perhaps convergence will render my efforts meaningless, but even if one person pays attention, that's enough. World War III? Is that something I said on a different world line? I'd like to talk to you in private. Please email me when you have time. Of course, if anyone else would like to email me, feel free. Serious inquiries only, please. All I've been getting is hate mail. Here's my address. John and Teeter at... blah 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 blah. Dot. Oh, Dots. This is Itaru's Dots. 20 hours have passed since Daru started hacking. Night gives way to a refreshing summer morning. I glance at Daru while browsing ad channel on my phone. He's fidgeting even more. Now his legs are like pistons. His knees move up and down in harmony with the rat-a-tat-tat-ta-pat-ta-tat-do-ticka-tat of his keyboard. Daru hasn't slept in about 40 hours, but he still won't get off the computer. I was going to ask him if he'd like a break, but his entire body is exuding an aura that says, "Don't talk to me." I curl up a bit and return to my phone. My discussions with John Teeter just aren't making sense. Not even Teeter himself seems to know about the Teeter from 10 years ago. It's hard to imagine that everyone on that channel is conspiring against me. But how else can I explain it? Out of options, I decide to email Teeter directly, just as he told me to. He audaciously exposed his own address on that channel. I guess that's his way of saying, bring it on and bump the mic. Alright, let's go. In my email, I questioned the differences between his posts now and his posts 10 years ago. The current Teeter hasn't even acknowledged the latter. I only vaguely remember them, but they basically went like this. In 2015, World War III... Oh shit! Many people die. In 2036, the world is contaminated from nuclear warfare. Probably true. You traveled from 2036 to 1975 to obtain an IBN 5100. The IBN 5100 was necessary to revive technology lost in World War III. The IBN 5100 has a hidden function. The ability to read IBN's proprietary computer language which predates APL and BASIC. But only certain IBN engineers are aware of that function, so it does not appear in the manual. In 1998, Teeter meets his younger self and his parents in America. John Teeter was a soldier who volunteered for this mission. John Teeter is an American. Furthermore, in 2000, Teeter correctly predicted the outcome of some future events. The Peruvian coast earthquake in 2001, the election of a new pope, the outbreak of the Iraq War, China's advances in space, and so forth. Though we only talked vaguely about each one, they all came true. On the other hand, other predictions went unfulfilled. For example, the Y2K bug, civil war in America, the cancellation of the Beijing Olympics, the inauguration of America's first female president in 2009, and so forth. Yeah, I remember this. Popularly known as the Y2K bug, as the turn of the 21st century, there was concern over the possibility of widespread computer failure when the year turned 2000. In order to save memory space, old operating systems almost always abbreviated years to the final 2 digits. Hence, when 1999 changed to 2000, the last 2 digits would change from 99 to 00. If its programming didn't anticipate that change, the computer could erroneously assume that the year was 1900. It was rumored that computers in the military, financial and government sectors might malfunction and cause worldwide catastrophe. To address this issue, countermeasures were taken in the mid-90s to manually update every program. As a result of these countermeasures, the year 2000 problem was averted. Would it have been a problem anyway? Wasn't that totally overhyped? I don't know. There's more, but let's leave those aside for now. I'm going to ask him why these predictions didn't come true. If you're from the future, then why didn't your predictions come true? Subject: sorry for the sudden mail. Alright. Let's go! Alright, let's send it now. Mail sent. If you can't answer to my satisfaction, then the current Teeter is an imposter. This is your litmus test, John Teeter. So, what are your true colors? Doo-doo-doo! Good morning! Well, Mayuri is here, so I think it's about time we end this, because now things are about to get extremely kawaii! So, before it gets totally overboard here, have a still good day, take care, and stay awesome. But most importantly, everybody, stay dark. Goodbye!